Hey, it's John and Mike again from brew-juice.com. This week we are diving into one of my favorite styles of beer, Dunkelweizen.
Really?
No.
Okay, you don't like this at all, do you?
We're going to find out.
Okay. So here's the sitch. I know that I put like as a brew year's resolution to brew some German wheat beers in the past. I think it was like for 2012 or 2013. I never got to it. So I think that at the start of this year, I actually got to it. So, Dunkelweizen. It's like a Hefeweizen, but just a little darker, right? I think this has a little bit of some dark caramel malts. I think there's a little bit of Special B in there. Certainly a little more Munich than what you'd have in a Hefeweizen. But like 6 pounds of wheat, malted wheat in a 5-gallon batch. Okay, so the big thing I was told to keep all those clovey, really phenolic flavors in check, keep that fermentation temperature low. And low being 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So that, I guess, the flavors wouldn't be too strong either way. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's a lot of banana coming off. Certainly, when I just took a little taste of it there, the cloviness wasn't over the top, it didn't punch in the face, and it wasn't unpleasant, which sometimes when you have some of these German wheat beers, cloviness can be just too much, and then you have one, you say, okay, I'm moving on to something else. But what do you think about this, Mr. Mike?
So in the aroma,
yeah,
right off the bat, when I first put my nose in it, I get, there's definitely a subtle but present, the clove is there.
Okay.
But I do get, like, I wouldn't call it a banana, but I get a ripe banana peel, actually, is what I get. And that also actually is subtle. So I think the two of them are actually really well constrained for my palate.
Yeah.
It might be below threshold for the style.
Yeah.
As far as like judging it, but
sure.
But the reality is, I know that's what I'd be looking for, and I smell it, it's there.
Yeah.
But if I really dig deep when I smell it, there's also a very nice light toast aroma in there that I get. So I'm definitely getting the malt aroma, which to be honest with you is probably one of the first times I think I've really pulled it apart like that. But I'm pretty impressed by that. Very subtle. There's definitely that Munich-y bread, but it's a light toasty type of aroma. The flavor is also equally balanced. I get the clove, but I think the clove is less than the. I get like ripe banana peel in there, but then it yields way to a very rich mouthfeel and not a sweet caramel, but there's a caramel, almost toffee-like thing there. There's definitely a dark character. But I think with a lot of these beers, because there's probably a fair amount of Pilsner malt in here, right, is that it still maintains that German Pilsner-like beer quality. It's just that it has these other aspects. There's a little bit of graininess from the wheat, then there's the caramel toasty notes from the character malts, but there's still that Pilsner taste in the front end of it. And
the beer taste, right?
The beer taste.
Yeah.
I like splitting beers when we make beer sometimes. I love doing like my pale ale recipe is like a 50-50 split of Pilsner and Turo, because I just like, I think Pilsner malt gives you that beer taste that people really expect. It's because we all grew up sipping our dad's Lowenbrau or something, and that's where we get it from. But this is actually, as far as a style, a Weizen style, whether it be dark or light or whatever, the characters of that Weizen yeast are fairly well restrained. They're playing well together. I don't get that rock'em sock'em cloviness. So this is really well balanced. I'd love to see what slightly more experienced judges would say about it.
Right. But really, when it came to this style, I thought to myself, this is not something I brew out of the, it's like something I brew out of the ordinary. This was definitely a challenge brew, because I've never brewed one before, and I wanted something that I would enjoy. And I think this is a great springtime beer to drink. It's certainly one that mixes well with those not so hot but not so cold temperatures.
I would definitely. That's a great thing to point out. I've been thinking a lot about brewing right now. Springtime is coming. We've got the short sleeves on. It's this is a good transition beer.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Because from here you can go into Hefeweizen. You could go to Any other wheat style, you can go into your American wheat. You
Yeah.
can go to your Berliner Weiss.
Go right now,
go to it, right?
Let's go.
It's
Summer.
great.
So, all right. Well, that's that. We'll see. I'll report back on competition and what other people say. But
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's a good springtime beer. So just keep those fermentation temps low. Like, it was tough for me. I tried to keep it at 62 the whole way. Got a little bit lower. Only got as high as 63, 64. But
Well, it finished. I mean, it finished out
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I think it was fine. So, for John and Mike, brew-shoes.com, brew on.
Brew on.